Hello everyone, and welcome to Glorious Crafts. My name's Gloria, and today I'm going to be making a flower mobile to hang in my house or under a covered porch. So basically what you're going to need is assorted flowers, any kind you like, any colors you like, some moss, twine and or yarn, a grapevine wreath, or you could use a styrofoam wreath, which is fine. I have some butterflies that I'm going to put on it, and I have a couple gems to make it sparkly. So let's get started. So here we have our wreath, and what you're going to do is, before you get started, we have to do the twine. So I'm going to start by tying my twine in a knot, double knot, and a triple knot. Make sure that's secure. And then I'm going to go about to my elbow, and I'm going to cut right here. And each time you put your yarn or your twine on, you'd like it longer than the first one. So my first one is not that long at all. So then I'm going to move over some. I'm going to triple tie in a knot. You want to make sure that it's tight. Cut off the one end. Then you'd like to make this a little longer than the other one. So I'm going to say about 2 inches longer than your first string. So I'm going to cut about here. Then I'm going to move over. I'm spacing them out about 2 inches or so, give or take. I'm eyeing it. So now I'm going to tie a triple knot. Make sure it's secure. If you'd like to add hot glue to it, that's perfectly fine. Now you want to make this piece longer than your last piece by about 2-3 inches. You can make as long as you'd like, but you'd like it to go like in a spiral. This is not the fun part at all. So I am spacing them about this far apart. We're getting all the prep work done first. Like I said, cut the one piece, take your original piece, and then do about 2 inches longer than that and cut it. Going about 2 inches. Tying 3 times. That's 1. That's 2. 3. Pull it tight. Cut off the little end. Make sure your one end, your string, is longer than your last string by about 2 inches. It doesn't have to be a perfect science, but you want it to gradually get longer. Then I'm going to go about 2 inches. Do the exact same thing again. Cut the little piece. Measure sorry about that. And make sure that your string is about 2 inches longer than the last. And then do one in the middle of both of these. Tie it in a knot 3 times. Cut the one end. Measure about 2 inches from your last piece of twine longer. And that is done. So now we have to work with the top. So see, they're pretty much spaced pretty evenly around the wreath. Now we have to do the top. So all of this is going to have to be even so that you can hang it up in the air. So I'm going to take my twine. If you have yarn, that's perfectly fine. And again, I'm going to cut this after I tie it tightly 3 times. 2 and 3, pull and cut. Now, you want to be able to go to the middle with your twine. So I'd like everything to be this length. Okay? Then you're going to go over here and again with the 3, 1, 2, 3, very tight. Then measure. You want to measure to make sure they are the same length. That is about the same length. So I'm going to cut about here. So you need about 4 points for the top. So then you wrap the twine. 1, 2, 3. Pull it taut, cut, take your other one, measure it out to about the same length, and cut. And let's see, we have 3 so far. You might need 5 points down here. So again, 3 times. 1, 2, and 3. Pull it taut, cut the one end, then take your twine, measure it with your last piece. Once you get it even, cut it. Then I'm going to do another one over here. There's a lot of twine here right now. It might look like a hot mess, but I assure you I've made these before. They're absolutely stunning when you're done. It's a lot of prep work, but when you're done, you'll be so impressed with what you've made. You're going to measure to make sure they're the same height and cut. Now, what you need to do right this minute is grab all your above twine or yarn. I have 5 right here. So you want them to meet in the middle, just like this, and you are going to tie them in a knot, because this is what is going to help you hang up your mobile. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut this excess. I'm going to also tie it one more time because some of them are not included. And I'm going to cut off the excess, and I am going to add hot glue. So now I'm going to add some hot glue to this to make sure that it's secure, because this is going to be holding up our flower mobile. I put a whole bunch of glue on. Now I've got my finger protectors, and I'm going to push it in till it dries, because you'd like it secure so that it doesn't come off. I believe that is very secure. Very secure. I want to see what happened over here. This one came undone. So I'm going to also glue down the ones that hold it up. So here we go again. I'm going to tie it in a knot 3 times, and then I'm going to add some hot glue. It's not very heavy, but I'm also using twine. I'm going to cut this piece off, add some hot glue to the area, use my finger protectors, so I'm basically going to do the same thing to the entire top of my mobile and mush it together so it doesn't come apart. That's what I'm after, it not coming apart. It's not going to be that heavy because I'm putting flowers and moss on, but I just don't want it to come apart. So for security, I am putting hot glue on my mobile at the top, so it will hang very well. Okay, so here's the bottom parts. So what we're going to do is I need to move these back some so that it's all even, so when I want to hang it up I can, making it even. Okay, so what I need to do is I am going to take a bunch of different flowers, which I have a whole bunch, and I added some crushed glass onto them, and you could add glitter or anything to jazz it up some. And I am going to start putting flowers all around my mobile on the top. You want a decent amount of hot glue. You want to take your flower and secure your flower to your area, just like that. So you don't want it on the top, you don't want it on the bottom, you want it right on the side here. Okay, right here. And I'm going to take this beautiful white flower and put it next to this flower. You want them touching. Okay? This one has a little bit of issue. And then to the next flower, I'm trying to mix up the colors and also the flowers. Glue. Push this back. Right next to the one there. So basically, you are just putting them right next to each other. You might need a little bit more glue. This is a big one, so I'm going to push that a little harder in there. I'm definitely trying to do all different color flowers. Here's this beautiful flower. Some hot glue. And putting it on the side. Just like that. Pushing it into your wreath. Then I'm going to use this lovely giant sunflower. Putting hot glue on it. A generous amount. And putting it in, and very nicely it went into the wreath. So you don't want the same colors together, so you're trying to mix it up. Here's this lovely flower I'm going to stick here. It has this little brooch thing on it, or clippy, which is fine because I am just gluing that right to my wreath. Right there, to my wreath. Then I'm going to move around and take this lovely flower, glue it, and put it on. So you want them close to each other. You want to mix your colors. Here's a red one. Here's the glue. Stick it in. How lovely. And we're going to do, here's a green one. You want to have quite a bit of flowers for the top and down on your mobile itself. There's green. Haven't had a purple in a while. Going to put purple on here. Going to put red right here because I don't want light colors together. So pushing that on, red color, and have purple. We're going to go with yellow. Love yellow, love yellow. Right there. I haven't had pink in a while, so we're going to add pink right here. And that's it for here, for the top. So this is the top of your mobile. I have to glue him a little better. He needs a little help. He fell off. He jumped right off. Did you see that? He jumped right off. Crazy. I have to get another glue stick. So use any flowers that you'd like. So I'm going to put this pink one right here. So you want them off to the side so you can see them. Now, you don't want your top piece, you want your bottom pieces. So what you're going to do with these is start putting flowers on your strings. No rhyme or reason, it's however you want it. So I am just, this would be a good time to use your finger protectors because there's nothing behind your string. So I'm going to hold this on here till it adheres. There's one of my flowers. Okay, now I'd like to add a gem. So I'm going to put a little dot of glue, and put this right here. Okay, then I'm going to add another flower but I don't want a flower the colors I have, so I'm going to use this flower. I'm going to add some glue in the middle, just like that, and I'm going to stick it on the end with it inside, just like that. So this one is done. The one is done. So then you grab another string. Doesn't have to be in order, any order, it does not matter. And I am going to try not to make my flower exactly where the last flower was. So I have this beautiful flower, and I'm going to put this flower right here and hold that on. Then I'm going to take this lovely butterfly. It's like a 3D butterfly. And I am going to adhere my little butterfly on the back here and put it on my twine. Be sure to not use the same colors. I'm going to use green for the very last part down here. You want it all turned the same way. Moving it up. Gluing. And putting my flower at the bottom. Just like that. Simple, easy peasy, cost effective, very nice. We're not done yet. We have quite a bit more to do, but you just don't want your flowers to match where you have other flowers. You'd like to keep them different, or you could have all the same, but I'm going for different colors to brighten things up. So over here, I do not have a purple flower, so I'm going to take this lovely purple flower, put some hot glue on the back, and put this right about here. And hold it on. Yes, it has some wispies, which you can just pull off. So there's that. I am not going to add a butterfly or a gem right now. I'm going to add a pink flower. Right down here. Then I'm going to add a yellow flower, this beautiful yellow sunflower at the very, very bottom. You won't be able to see exactly how it looks till you're completely done. But that's why I try to mix up my flowers and have them going different, you know, the same way how I want my mobile to go. And right now I have an awful lot of string on here, but I am just trying to mix up the flowers so I don't have two of the same flowers near each other. So I have this lovely peach flower. Going to add some hot glue, add it towards the top, push that on. Then I'm going to add this beautiful butterfly. think I'm going to add the butterfly to the end because I haven't done that yet. So I'm adding the butterfly to the end. And I believe I'm going to add, what color flower? This lovely white flower. Like I did before, I'm going to put hot glue in here and then put it on my string. And I would like to add one of my gems. So I have a gem. So I also have a butterfly and a gem on this one. You can do it however you like, with whatever you like. I wanted the gems so they could catch the light. Very excited about that. So then I'm going to move to the next one. And since there's pink and purple up top, I'm going to add a pink one at the bottom. So it's the clip kind. So I'm going to put it on here. Then I'm going to add a purple one because I have purple up at the top. I don't want them very close to each other with the colors that I have. I'm thinking I'd like a butterfly near the top. I'm going to put the butterfly right about here, because I think I already have a butterfly near the top earlier. I'm going to use this lovely yellow flower. Now I have to find, I believe, 2 more that need flowers and butterflies. They're not very long. I started with the longer ones first. So I'm going to go with this green flower. Glue on it. And put it on right about here. And then I'm going to add this white flower at the bottom, right here. I have one more piece left. I'm going to put the purple flower at the bottom. I don't want to add green because I already have green. But I have, I believe, a pretty orange flower I still have left also. I have this lovely orange flower. I'm going to put right here and hold that on. And I'm going to take one of the gems and put that on up top. So we are almost done. Almost done. So now that you have everything that you want on the bottom part of your mobile, what you need to do is, I want to go around the top and add some more flowers where it seems a little bare, so that it doesn't seem bare. Put any flowers you'd like in there. I have quite a bit of green, so I'm working with that. Now, once you have all your flowers on, what I'm going to do is, I don't want anybody to see all of this. So, I'm going to move parts of my mobile where the strings are. I'm going to move them out of the way. And I'm trying to do this carefully because, you know, they're just hot glued on. So I apologize if this is taking too long. Okay, so here's the one part of my wreath. I don't think this looks snazzy. I'm a big fan of snazzy. So I have this moss. So to make my mobile look more upscale or prettier, what I want to do is, what I'm going to do is add hot glue right underneath, because we flipped it over. Add quite a bit. Make sure your flowers are intact. Take your moss and put it on there. Just like that. Easy peasy. So then I'm going to continue over here. Just continuing doing the same thing I just did and adding my moss. I think this makes it look more finished. You can leave it the way it is. It's entirely up to you. I just wanted this to look a lot more finished. Now if you see a piece that's coming off, just stick some more moss on it. I don't know what's going on with my glue gun, but it doesn't like me right now. So all I'm doing is adding glue and moss to make it look better. To make it look finished, actually. If you see a spot where you think you need a flower, add a flower. It's entirely up to you. Add more gems. Add glitter. Glitter, every project is better with glitter, I think. I don't know who invented glitter, but they're a genius. So we're almost done. I think this glue gun is on its last leg. Now when you hang it up and you think it needs some more pizzazz or butterflies or gems, it's whatever you like. And that's why I like making this mobile, because it's all what I want. And all about the colors I like. And I like all colors because it reminds me of spring. And right now we're in a snowstorm where I live, so I like having, you know, pretty colors around me. So as you can see, I'm just slathering it with glue and then putting the moss on. Just like that. Okay. This is what it looks like all done. I have added more flowers and butterflies, and I want to show you what it'll look like when it spins. Well, if I can get it to spin. It's not really spinning. I have it on a command hook. But that is what it looks like. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. I hope you'll come back and watch some more. Thanks so much for watching, and have a blessed day.